Hey there, 'tis the day before Christmas, and I, Zak Wolf, have been getting into the Christmas spirit, despite the holiday generally not being that traditional in my house or neighborhood. Not much snow, a little roast beef dinner, that kind of stuff. That's because things change a lot, especially no thanks to climate change or global warming. But enough about that subject again. Today I'm going to play for you a read-along book and audio set that I enjoyed as a kid, and also ties into my YouTube channel, now that I found another copy. Look at that. Putt-Putt Night Before Christmas, from 1995. Of course, Humongous Entertainment has been featured numerous times on this channel, usually in the form of Let's Play commentary videos, so this is completely appropriate. A brief background. Humongous Entertainment offered this book and tape set as a free bonus if you purchased the Humongous Entertainment CD-ROM for the 1995 holiday season. And since usually my brother and I will get at least one Humongous game for Christmas in the mid to late 90s, it was a no-brainer we'd end up with this. This especially came out due to how Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo was made and released that year. And that title went on to become one of Humongous's top titles, even if the replay factor is minimal compared to the other Humongous Junior adventures. As you probably guessed by the title, it's based off the classic 1823 poem A Visit from St. Nicholas by Clement Moore. Santa Claus here is even called St. Nicholas throughout to keep in tune with the original poem. You may also recall how 5 years ago, Zak Wolf played for you Disney's read-along book and audio adaptation of the poem from 1970 here. Of course, this is a straightforward telling of the classic, whereas the Putt-Putt one here is slightly different, as it's another one of those saving Christmas plots. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's listen to the tape. I'll play the read-along side for you, as the listening side is mostly identical, except for the narrator's introduction and the lack of a page-turning signal. There. Alright, now we can begin.
This is the read-along side of Putt-Putt's Night Before Christmas. You can follow along in your book by turning the page every time you hear Putt-Putt honk his horn like this.
Yep.
Now listen closely as Putt-Putt and his dog Pep meet St. Nicholas for the very first time on a snowy Christmas Eve.
Nice Christmassy music to set the mood.
Was the night before Christmas in Putt-Putt's garage. All was quiet amid the festive hodgepodge.
Even Freddy Fish is part of the hodgepodge.
The stockings were hung on the shelf with such care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Putt-Putt snuggled with Pep. Both were dreaming sweet dreams of sugar plums, car oil, and chocolate ice cream. But then something woke Putt-Putt up with a start. He knew what it was way down deep in his heart. He looked out the window, and what should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
I wouldn't say they were miniature.
With a little old driver so lively and quick, he knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. Oh, oh, oh! Wow!
Yep, it's Jason Elton's Putt-Putt voice, the original.
So up to the rooftop the moonlit sleigh
Look at that, a Christmas card for Buzzzy.
Pumpkins and toys, and St. Nicholas too. Then, just as Putt-Putt heard a big crashing sound,
Took the Warner Brothers junk crash sound effect.
St. Nicholas came with a bound.
Makes sense. The Humongous Games did use quite a few Warner Brothers sound effects.
He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. Putt-Putt thought Saint Nick would be merry and glad.
Oh, look at the
But
clown
instead, the man
on the
looked
Jack in
so
the Box.
pensive and sad, with no pack on his back and a tear in his eye. He said, "My sleigh broke down and no longer can fly. On the top of your roof is where it is stuck. Oh, this is a stroke of extremely bad luck." Putt-Putt said, "Don't you worry, I can help you. Say I'll fix your sleigh and Pep will help too." A jolly old smile spread across the man's face. The tears in his eyes disappeared without a trace. "If you fix the sleigh so that I can take leave, you and Pep will be heroes on this Christmas Eve." So finding his tools and then gathering them up, Putt-Putt went over to awaken his pup. "Come on, Pep, we must go fix Saint Nick's sleigh, and we'd better be quick, we don't have all day." With that, little Putt-Putt drove out in the snow.
Come on, Pep.
And
There's
Pep
Putt-Putt's
bounded
voice.
after him, raring to go.
And Pep's trademark bark.
Putt-Putt looked up on the roof and saw it was true. There was a broken down sleigh and 8 reindeer too.
Well, the crash sounded much,
But how
much
would the
worse
two of
than
them get
that.
way up there? They hadn't a ladder. They didn't have stairs. Suddenly, Putt-Putt spotted a barrel and a board. He knew then and there that they must be explored. Then setting the board down on the
Typical in
barrel's
a game to
round
find
side,
something.
he made a seesaw Pep and he could both ride. They sat on one end, it went down with a thump. Then they knew that they needed to find someone plump. In the blink of an eye, old St. Nicholas was there. Ho, ho, ho. He sat on the seesaw, our friends flew in the air.
Hot diggity.
Putt-Putt's old catchphrase.
Putt-Putt and Pep tumbled into the sleigh.
Oh,
And
Hanna-Barbera
pulled out
sound
tools to
effect.
save Christmas Day.
Makes sense, because Humongous Entertainment used the Hanna-Barbera library a lot, too.
Broke off when St. Nick had landed that night. So Pep held the runner up fast in his paws, while Putt-Putt worked briskly with wrenches and saws.
The reindeer looked like they came from Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo.
Just right. Once again, it was such a beautiful sight.
Remind you a little Messiah, giraffe.
From down in the garage, St. Nick called for his pack. And into the chimney Putt-Putt dropped the big sack. Then he and his pup followed after it, too.
Here we come.
Putt-Putt shut down the chimney and shouted, "Yahoo!" Pep instantly leaped out and gave a quick lick on the merry old cherry-like nose of St. Nick. St. Nicholas thanked them for saving the day. Their kindness he didn't know how to repay. Putt-Putt told the dear man that he owed not a thing, for helping save Christmas had made his heart sing.
Well, of course. It's always great to help others and give to others at Christmas. We hear this music again.
St. Nick filled their stockings right up to the top with dog bones, a car phone, and oil
back
soda
when
pop.
cell phones were known as car phones, were much bigger back then.
Nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle.
Though there's no thistles.
Putt-Putt heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night!"
the end. That was a pretty nice little Christmas tale, wasn't it? Now, this is the only book and audio read-along Humongous Entertainment produced, but they did have some tie-in books based off Putt-Putt and Pajama Sam and Freddy Fish. The back cover of the read-along book here plugs the Humongous titles available on CD-ROM for the 1995 holiday season. You can see they still had the old Humongous Entertainment logo in use, as it was redesigned a bit in 1996 to look a little more cartoonish, and would also replace the old Humongous logo in later reissues of Freddy Fish and the Kelp Seed Mystery and Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo, as you've seen on my Let's Play video in the former. Also, come 1996, they would expand even more, introducing Pajama Sam and coming out with the Junior Arcade spin-off series, and in the following year they introduced Spy Fox and the Backyard Sports franchise. Yep, you heard that right. The Backyard Sports were originally created by Humongous Entertainment, and they were such a mega hit they soon became the only reason Humongous made a profit. Also in 1997, the Humongous Classic titles seen here would only be sold together on a single disc known as the Humongous Classics Collection. It included the Windows reissues and the Mac and even MS-DOS versions. But enough rambling about Humongous Entertainment history, because at Anthro New England 2022 I might actually be hosting a panel about 1990s kids computer games, including the Humongous titles. Hey, I grew up with those kinds of games, and the con's theme will be the 1990s, and I've done a bunch of Let's Play videos on my YouTube channel, so why not? It all goes together perfectly. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed hearing this little story, and so, if you will, have a humongous holiday season!